Welcome back, everyone. Today we got another episode on real estate investing. We can talk about the 1% rule. So let's dive into it. My name is Seewing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network, and my co-host is Julie Threads.
Good morning, Seewing.
Julie took action several years ago. She bought a large portfolio of real estate assets in the Midwest. We're not going to talk about it today. We talk about her journey on many other videos. So feel free to log into my YouTube channel and also like and subscribe. So Julie, without further ado, we talk about so many different topics, and I always to educate and inspire people to get into real estate investing. Today, I'm going to talk about the 1% rule. Not about rent to value ratio, not about numerical formulas, although we talked about that before. The 1% rule is this. Only 1% of us achieve really very high wealth, financial freedom, and real estate investing are no different. Any kind of investing is no different, whether you invest in stock market or mutual funds or real estate, whatever, or income properties. It's sad to say only the top 1% truly achieve real estate wealth, because if investing is easy, then everybody and their brother can do it.
That's true.
The fact that there's so few people out there doing it, that makes investing lucrative. If you talk about mutual funds, it's easy to invest. All you got to do is do a bank draft. $50 per month into your brokerage account. Automatic deduction is totally passive. Yeah, you get your historical 3 to 5%, but that's it. So risk investing is a little bit different. You need to go through blood, sweat, and tears. If you're risk investor out there, especially turnkey mom and pop risk investors, you have to go through the blood, sweat, and tears for at least the next 5, 10 to 15 years before you can reap the benefit. Takes a lot of work, and a lot of people are not willing to do that. People have 1 million excuses not to invest in real estate to achieve long-term wealth for themselves and their family. Now, Julie, I'm going to do a real life example. Why some people are truly successful financially and or otherwise, and most people are not. Now, let me use some analogy. It all comes from when you were young. What kind of environment you lived through? I'm a sports fan. I watched sports for many decades. I'm going to use what other people, how they become successful, other like musicians or artists. Let's use sports analogy first and foremost. Let's use baseball. Do you know in a country, in the US, of 350 million, there are like 32 teams. So let's say there are about 1,000 Major League Baseball players who make it to the big leagues, right? Do you follow the baseball?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. A little bit. I know the Dodgers. I'm tracking with you.
There are around 1,000 Major League Baseball players out there. 1,000 out of a country of 350 million. How do they reach that pinnacle in their sports? They have to go through the blood, sweat, and tears.
Right.
They have to go through Little League, age 7, age 8. They have to start playing, practicing, and their parents go to those games with them. The Little League baseball, then high school baseball, and then the minor league. They become successful because they started young. They get great nurturing by their parents. And then when they swing the bat, do you know how many times you have to swing the bat to become successful?
I can't even imagine.
Throughout their lifetime playing baseball, if they make it to the major league, you know what they do? They swing and they miss. You know how many times they strike out? They strike out more often than they get the hits, the singles, the doubles, the triples, the home runs. Real estate investing are no different. You have to mentally strike out many times. But you know what? You strike out, you learn. You get better. You strike out, you're getting closer to your goal. Real estate investing is no different. You have to strike out, learn from the school of hard knocks. I admire professional athletes. You don't know all those years of struggling, of challenges to make it to the big leagues. When they make it, we all love the word. Home run seems like a very exciting event, just like real estate investing. The home run is good, but it's okay to hit singles and doubles. Risk investing is not a spectator sport. You have to participate. You have to start hitting singles. As a risk investing, you hit singles by buying low risk cash flow properties in Midwest. When you hit doubles, then you get good at it. Then you can buy a duplex, which is a double, or you buy a triplex, which is a triple. Home run, hey, we all love a home run.
Right.
It's a slow progress. So risk investing is a long, drawn out. You got to do the work. You can overcome a lot of obstacles. What you take away?
I'm not a big sports fan, but I've always followed ice skating because we used to have an ice skating rink here. My parents would take us. It was okay, but I wasn't going to the Olympics. But even now, I look at the Olympics and they do these flawless programs. I think how many times did they have to fall before they could get there and do that? So, and a lot of these kids start when they're very young, they're out on the ice, even going to the Olympics at 14, 15. But it's hours of practice, tenacity, support from their parents or whatever. So I can equate to that where they have this push through mindset. And I found that out just going through this process. The first one, you stumble through it. I'm equating it to the ice skating. You fall a lot. But then by the time you get to the second, third, fourth one, it becomes more seamless. The sporting analogy totally makes sense because it is just that mindset and being able to push through.
Absolutely. Let me use one more sports analogy. Then I'm going to use a musician's analogy. Two more analogies. So let's talk about basketball. I love watching basketball. I love watching NBA basketball. I've watched it for decades. We watch the games. And in a way, we're jealous of those professional NBA basketball players. Like some of the top ones out there, superstars, they only play like 60 games, whatever.
Right.
And they sign an annual contract of like $45 to $50 million per
Unbelievable.
year.
Mhm.
Those NBA superstars like Steph Curry and LeBron,
Right.
to name a
Oh,
few,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And Kevin, if he equate $40 to $50 million per year, if they play 50 games or 60 games per year, they almost get paid $1 million per
Right.
game.
Right. Mhm.
And each game, they only play maybe 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Games
Right. The
are-
hours of practice leading up to it.
they pay $1 million per game just by running up and down the court for 30.
Right.
They're on timeout. They have to go to the
Right.
bench. So
Right.
in reality, their total time running up and down the court in a typical NBA game for the superstars is probably like 15 minutes, right?
Mhm. Right. That's crazy.
Okay, I'm going to choose another analogy. World Cup soccer is not a number one sport for Americans, but it's
Right.
a one sport, world sport for the world.
It's the world. Yes.
And what they call it football, they don't call it soccer. I don't follow soccer that much, only when there's a World Cup. And let me use one player. His name's Lionel Messi from Argentina. Okay, I assume a lot of you watching this video, you do. Ronaldo, also very famous, and Lionel Messi from Argentina. His team won the World Cup a couple of years ago. He played striker. He's in middle field. He scored a lot of goals. Okay, he's one of the superstars in the history of soccer. When I do the analytics, when I evaluate his game, I'm not sure how much money he get paid per game, high level. I think it's 9 minutes long. In each game that like Lionel Messi play, he walked the field during the game like 90% of the time. He only run around for 10 minutes of the
Oh my goodness.
soccer game.
Wow. Wow.
That's running up and down. He will score 1 goal or 2 goals per game, right? And so he get paid. Let's say I don't know how much he get paid. Like maybe $1 per game, maybe $2 million, just running around for 10 minutes.
Yes. Unbelievable.
And we all very, very jealous because, oh, how could these people make so much money? Because they went through the blood, sweat, and tears to get them where they are. A lot of us, we don't have the skill level of a professional athlete. These people, they took a lot of years to become successful.
Yeah.
I love music. I'm a music buff, historically speaking. I follow music from back in 1950, the birth of rock and roll back in 1950, the Chuck Berry, the Little Richard, and Motown back in the 60s. And it go all the way up only to 70s. Beyond 70s, I don't like. So 50s, 70s, that's the traditional birthplace of rock and roll. When I observe why some of these people are famous, like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, or Smokey Robinson, and the same thing you hear, when they were young, they were introduced to music. Their parents taught them a guitar, a piano at the age of 5, and their parents, whoever, just nurture them, learning, get better. So they become successful. The thing is, as a risk investor, most of us are middle class or working class poor, right? Most of us, mom and pop investors. We didn't born into riches, right?
Right, correct. I definitely wasn't.
Yeah, I wasn't either. Well, in a very blue class environment in Philadelphia, very working class background. Think about it. When we were young, our parents didn't teach about passive income.
Yeah.
You don't invest in real estate.
No, they weren't taught that. It was work hard for sure. But no, my parents didn't know anything. They did manage to own one rental, but my dad realized after several years he just wasn't a good landlord. So he got rid of the property. It was just like work hard, save your money.
Of course,
That's not it.
most people today, most investors that we try to educate, they are more educated than us. So we have a regular existence, and we were taught, oh, we get old, just go to college, get more
Right.
formal education, and get a job and work for corporate from age 22 to age
Right.
65. But
But
when you
you-
retire, you get a watch and a retirement pension. People watching our channel, because we're not taught about financial education. School never taught us about finances.
No, no, they didn't. They do not, which I think that should be a required course just to get out of high school. But they don't. They'll spend tons of money to get the kid halfway through college, and then the kid doesn't finish anyway. You're settled with all this debt, and they got to go to work. So, yeah, it's just traditional ways they are a way of the past. You have to look at something else as a way of.
Not only about the working poor, you and I, we grew up in a working class, borderline poor neighborhood. Even when somebody or brought up in a middle class neighborhood, they have formal education, they got a college degree, they have a good job, whatever. Even those folks are lacking in financial and real estate education.
Absolutely.
That's why you and I are keep saying, wow, how come not enough investors are buying rented properties? I have a network of a couple thousand members, free education. We do YouTube videos for my database and others out there. And yet people are complaining, why so few of those people take action to buy in a way that we promote it? But it's not that simple, right?
Right. It's really a paradigm shift. Those one percenters in basketball and baseball or ice skating, they have a different mindset. Coming from a background, you work hard for 40 years, you retire, you get your pension. I had to make a paradigm shift to understand that there are different ways that you can earn money. And passive income is something that we didn't really understand growing up, but I do understand it now and why it's so important.
Exactly. The people watching our videos on my database, on our network, they're going through the same challenges. It's not a matter of they don't have enough money to invest in real estate. A lot of people have money to invest in real estate, the way we teach those people. But it's all about the mindset. They have to recondition their brain.
Right.
Because when we're young, we're not taught about real estate investing. We're not taught about finances. You have to get out of the comfort zone. You have to deprogram your brain. Only you have to transform yourself into an investor. That's the bottom.
That's absolutely right. It doesn't becoming an investor. It takes a different mindset because you're doing a lot of work in the beginning so that the investment will pay off. This is similar in the sense that you do some work in the beginning, but the number one reason why a lot of people don't invest. And you've talked about that false evidence appearing real. A lot of times the fear is not even rooted in reality. It's just what I heard on Google or the news or my friend. And so fear gets in the way. It's not just a paradigm shift about the actual investment. It's understanding you have to have a tenacious mindset to continue to push through. Even if things don't go perfect, they rarely go perfect, but the payoff at the end is definitely rewarding.
Yeah, I think that you said it. There's no need for us to go beyond what we just discussed. Most of you sitting on the sideline is you have to invest in yourself.
Absolutely.
Invest in yourself. That's my final takeaway for this video. And you have any final things to say, Julie, before we
Yeah, I do think that sums it up. Invest in yourself. Do the research, work on your mind, get prepared to move into investing in real estate out of state, not just something you can see, feel, or touch. But it's been working. It's just invest in yourself, get the information, the education, and the support.
Yep, absolutely. With that said, before we log out, again, if you see any value whatsoever from this video, please like and subscribe and comment below. And also put your email down at the bottom on the website so you become a real estate insider within our investment club, within our network. You get free real estate investing information, and ultimately it's all about taking action to achieve your financial goals for yourself and your family for generations to come. Thank you so much. This is Seewing Yee and my co-host Julie. Have a nice day. See you on the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.